had to drive my mom to the eye doctor, so I'm sitting in the car in a thunderstorm reading, and it is really loud when you're in a Jeep with a metal roof. Oh well. You can skippy dry. Appropriate mug for today. My sister-in-law in California sent us a treat. I was so surprised when I opened it up. There's like 60 pieces of Lindt chocolate in here. My favorite. Well, it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon out here, nice and sunny. A little cooler than it was the other day, but I still want to get outside, just enjoy the bird sounds and a little bit of nature. I'm tired of being shut in the house, so I'm sure all of us are. I finished reading Lonely Graves by Britta Bolt. That's the pen name of Rodney Bolt and Britta Bowler. This is a mystery, kind of unusual for me. I tend to read more lighthearted, kind of like the cozy mysteries, but I do like the occasional police procedural. This isn't quite a police procedural, but it kind of had that feel to it because there's a bit of a professional person investigating the deaths of some people. We follow Peter Posthumous, who works for the Lonely Funerals Department. They deal with unclaimed bodies that no one's claimed to, for funerals and things. So the city of Amsterdam has to pay for the funerals, and his team their job is to kind of go in and find out more about this person, see if they can locate any other family members that might be willing to help with the funeral or to attend the funeral. But Peter's kind of very passionate about it. He really will delve into the person's past life and find personal things about them to just give a more personal feel to these particular funerals. But as he's investigating the death of a drowning victim, whether it's accidental or what, he starts to find a little bit more information than he had planned. It starts to seem more like a murder investigation, a bit beyond his job, but he can't help it. He just needs to know more. And there's a secondary plot in here about a terrorist attack, or not terrorist attack, but a terrorist group, a cell, they call it the Amsterdam cell, that a group is tracking and trying to capture, get proof against them and everything like that. And I love the way these two storylines kind of bleed into each other, and the connections and the way it all kind of links up. But it was just really intricate plot, and it just kind of, the pace kind of picks up and kind of snowballs to the end, and it was really, really good. I enjoyed it so much. I actually have already downloaded the next 2 books in the trilogy, so I'm looking forward to kind of getting back into it. I really like the character of Peter Posthumous. He's a bit sad, a bit lonely. Events from his past seemed to kind of estranged him a bit from his family. Kind of his own fault, so you kind of almost feel even more bad for him. But I liked his passion and towards his job and towards the people that that he's basically taking care of in their final steps. But I really like the plot and the intricateness, and I also like, this also kind of made me think of Donna Leon, how she brings Venice into the book almost like a character, and I think the authors here did a really good job with making Amsterdam feel like a character also within the book as well. So I really enjoyed it, highly recommend it. But now I'm going to kind of try and finish up a couple of my other 2 books. I've got Wee Dose of Death. I've moved down a little bit more. I'm on page 200. I want to kind of finish that one off. And the other book I'm currently reading on my Kindle is, as soon as I can bring it up, technical difficulties here. I'm reading the second book in the Bounty Hunter series. This is Dig 2 Graves is the subtitle, by Rachel Alkus. I recently did a review for Bounty Hunter, and that's on a separate video. I think it's 2 videos back. You can check it out, but I really, really enjoy it. It's kind of dystopian future. After several wars have taken place and people are living in silos below ground, they've finally started to come up to the surface and are starting to populate little towns and things like that. But it's basically still a wasteland and a lawless wasteland, except for small pockets of towns, some ruled by sheriffs. In some cases, bounty hunters are for hire to kind of help control the population. But we have the Sloan brothers that are trying to take over everything. They want to control everything. What is that pounding? Anyway, but yeah, the first book just ended so well, and I'm looking forward to continuing this trilogy as well and seeing what happens to our main characters. But yeah, I'm gonna just sit out here and enjoy the weather now. So much for peace and quiet. Didn't get a whole lot of reading done. I ended up doing a massive yard project, which I'm only about halfway through. Why did I decide to do that? I'm so tired right now. I'm gonna make some coffee and maybe I'll try and read later. I'll definitely read in bed for a bit until I pass out.
Oh, liquid gold.
It's been a pretty rainy afternoon, and I meant to do a little bit more reading, but I spent actually quite a bit of time watching Tom Baker as Doctor Who in his very first episode, Robot, which was a lot of fun because I've got the Blu-ray set, and there's a lot of like special features on there, including Tom kind of more recently sitting with some other people from the show and watching the episode over again, kind of commenting on it, which was a lot of fun. So there's more hidden features on there too, so I'm gonna check those out. But I did stop for a little bit and finished up Wee Dose of Death, which is the second book in the Scott Chop mystery series by Fran Stewart. Overall, the 2 books I've read so far in the series, I think they'll probably be the last 2 I've read. I don't think I'm going to continue with the series. I really like the characters. I like Peggy Wynn. She's the one who owns the Scott Shop. You have her friend Caroline, who owns the Log Cabin, a restaurant nearby. And then there's the Scottish Ghost, who has followed her back from Scotland, kind of attached to a shawl that she bought there when she was looking for things and items to bring back to her shop. She nicknamed him Dirk because his name is Macbeth something 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 something. It's like a super long name. She's like, I can't be calling you that every time. Your name's Dirk. Anyway, I like all the characters. I like the setting of Hamlin in Vermont, and there's Harper, the police, one of the police officers there, and yeah, I like the characters. I like the relationships, and I like the storyline with the ghost. But the mysteries have been just a little underwhelming. They just haven't been intriguing enough. And even this one, it seemed kind of rushed at the end, like, oh, let's just kind of wrap this up already. So I was a bit disappointed overall with the mystery aspect of it. It's just not enough to make me want to continue the series. So done with that one. I'm going to go back to reading the second book in the Bounty Hunter series and yeah, see where I get with that. I think somebody wants a treat. Ooh, bless you. Hi. All right, I'm going to do a little bit more reading in bed before I turn the lights out and get some shut-eye, and I'm just going to go ahead and close off this vlog. So, if you guys enjoyed it, hasn't been a whole lot of reading, but there's been some reading. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.